Cause yeah, like maybe this will end up being kind of a crazy, weird, bad idea. The risk is half the fun. That should be incentive enough to follow along. What is up, everybody? Sam here. I guess this is my first vlog of the new year officially. So hello, Samily. I hope everyone is thriving in 2020 thus far. I am currently home alone with Elfie. Casey left this morning for Germany where he has a concert. Whenever Casey leaves for more than a few days, I feel like I tend to start to lose my mind a little bit. What, Elfie? What? So I figured I should film and edit and post this vlog as soon as possible. But seriously, all joking aside, I am so excited about this video because I finally get to announce and tell you about, drumroll please, my next album. Okay, so first of all, the song that is playing right now is my brand new single, The Leap, which came out everywhere today. And the exciting news is that last month's single, Double Vision, and this new single, The Leap, are tracks 1 and 2 of my new album. But what if I told you that they are the only 2 songs of this 12-song album that I am currently announcing to you that I have written yet? You might say, Sam, that's kind of crazy.
It's not how an album's supposed to work. You're supposed to write way too many songs and then narrow them down to your 12 favorites, then figure out an order for them, and then announce that you have an album coming.
And yes, that is how albums generally work. It's how we did Make It Up and we did Trust. But guys, it's 2020. We are literally living in the future, and I wanted to try something a little different and challenge myself this year. And that is where this new album comes in. I'm calling this project the 2020 Yearbook Album. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that's what this album is gonna be titled when it's all compiled, but it is the working title of this project, and here's why. I want this album to be a sort of living album that I'm adding to, discovering new things about, and sharing with you in real time every month. So what that means is that on the 20th of every month this year, it's easy to remember, the 20th, 2020, I am going to be sharing the next song from this album with you. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to compile all 12 songs in order into a brand new album. Now, why do an album this way? Well, there's a couple reasons. First thing is that one of my favorite things about sharing music online is how immediate it is. I can record something, film a video, edit it, and share it with you instantaneously. And I love how connected that allows me to feel with the music as I put it out to you. But when I've worked on my original albums in the past, I've done it sort of more traditionally. But structuring an album this way means that every single I put out is something that I conceived, wrote, and produced within a few weeks or less of you hearing it, which I think could allow this album to be a conversation and something living that kind of changes and grows as the year goes on. And I'm excited to see what comes out at the end of this, because another challenge to myself is not to overthink as much. I think there's kind of a beauty in trusting your instincts, and having to put out a new song every month is gonna force me to do that. And finally, I don't want this to be an album of 12 unconnected songs. I want this to really, at the end of the year, feel like almost a concept album. Each single, each new song is going to be inspired by the month that I'm writing and releasing it in. For example, Double Vision, the January single, the original inspiration for the writing of that song was Janus, the Roman god that January is named after. He's this guy with 2 faces, and he sort of represents thresholds, beginnings, and endings. And so we started to connect that imagery to the fact that in January we all set resolutions for ourselves. We start to split ourselves into these 2 different people, the person we are and the person we want to be. So in that way, Double Vision was definitely very personal for me, because as January went on this year, that is 100% how I felt. And then this new single that I just released, The Leap, obviously the literal inspiration was the fact that 2020 is a leap year and that leap day is happening this February. And then that got me thinking about risks and taking leaps of faith. And that so resonates with me right now, because promising you guys a 12-song album that I've only written 2 songs of thus far definitely feels a little risky to me. Cause yeah, like maybe this will end up being kind of a crazy, weird, bad idea, but the risk is half the fun, and you know, that should be incentive enough to follow along. Yeah, hopefully taking inspiration from the months themselves and what's actually going on in my life in those months. When you listen to the album at the end of the year, all 12 songs in order, you'll sort of be experiencing a record of the year, a yearbook, as it were, of 2020. But finally, I don't want it just to tell a story of my year. I think one of the cool things about having this album be created in real time is that I want you all to really be a part of the process. So here is the first call to action for this 2020 yearbook album, I Need Your Help. I have not started writing the new single for March yet, but I do have some ideas, and so I'd love all of your help on gathering some inspiration for the songwriting process. What I'm thinking I want the song to be about is the relationship between strength and vulnerability. So I set up an email, it's very easy, samtsuiyearbook@gmail.com. So I would love anyone who's watching this video who's at all interested in this project to send me anything that resonates with you on the topic of strength and vulnerability. Whether it's a time in your life where you felt you had to be both strong and vulnerable at the same time. It could be a sentence, a paragraph, a poem, a piece of art. I'd love to be able to incorporate as many of your ideas and stories into the final product as we can. So yeah, strength versus vulnerability. samtsuiyearbook@gmail.com. If you also want to just send me a note of encouragement in this crazy project I'm embarking on, that would be welcome too. As always, the reason that I'm doing this and the reason I'm excited to do this is because I know you all are out there listening and supporting and responding to all the music I put out. And I hope you know how much that means to me and how excited I am to surprise you and myself with what comes out of this project. So yeah, stream Double Vision, stream The Leap, send me your thoughts for this March song, and mark your calendars. The 20th of every month, you're gonna be getting a new single from this guy, whether you like it or not. And at the end of the year, maybe we'll have a little yearbook listening party. All right, I'll see you guys really soon. As I said, Casey's gone, so I guess I have to figure out how to make myself some dinner. But it does mean I can play some video games for as long as I want without feeling guilty, so that is a plus. All right, I'll see you guys later.